My name is Megan. I'm with Inkredible Techniques, and the stamp set that we're using today is called Picture Perfect Birthday. It's a really great stamp set, has several different sentiments and some of the two-step stamping for the bows, and you've got your candle bases here and the flame, and the party streamer details are here, so you could use these for the party streamers as well, for the stick part of the streamer. So anyway, it's just a really great stamp set. And if you haven't already seen it, this is the Occasions catalog, and this is the 2018 version. Hope you can see that. I might can set my camera back just a little bit here. If you don't have a copy of this catalog and you need one, and you don't have a demonstrator, then contact me and I'll be happy to mail one of these to you. So today's stamp set is coming from page 5 from the Occasions catalog, and again, it's this Picture Perfect Party, and we're also using these papers. And to show you these papers really quickly, the catalog just doesn't do them justice. They're four pages of each design. These are 6x6 pages, and they have great, this one's like confetti. They have like this new photo technology on these papers. And on the back side of all of these are like geometric patterns. So here's one with the, let me turn it around, party hats. And then the back side is this beautiful dotted confetti colors. So you get 4 of those. You get 4 of every different design in here. Then these are the party streamers with the back side being, I love that. I love both of these. These are all just, this is one of my favorite stacks I think that I've seen in a long time. This is like photo confetti on the front side, and on the back it's the lemon lime, one of the new in colors. And then this one is the birthday candles. And I wish you guys could just see, because in person they're so much better. And there's the triangles, any direction you want to take them. Then we have donuts, which if you guys have there's a coffee cafe, I think is what it's called, stamp set in the annual catalog. This would be great paper to use with like a donut and coffee theme. And the back side of that is like a star pattern. And then we have these beautiful numbers. They're like mylar balloons with the back being stripes. Of course, you could use the paper whichever direction you needed to. And then we have, you know, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be ice cream. I think it's cookies. I think it's the confetti cookies, but either way, it's beautiful. It makes me hungry. And then the back side of that is also a really awesome pattern. And then we have the presents. And the back side of that one is this blue bubbles. And these beautiful balloons. These are just gorgeous. And the back side of that is another pattern. So, and the colors in these are typically Bermuda Bay, Pool Party, Peekaboo Peach, Berry Burst, and the new Lemon Lime Twist, and of course Whisper White. That's kind of the color scheme of this whole card pack. And then this is kind of like the, what do you call this? Like the streamer, I'm not sure what you call this, but anyway, it's beautiful, as you see. And on the back side is a polka dotted pattern. And then I think did I already show you guys this one? I can't remember, but if not, here is the bows. Beautiful again. And the back side of that one is like these little triangles. So that's the designer series paper that we're using today. And I had made this card earlier, and I don't know if you can see, hopefully the camera's picking it up okay, but it's got these little polka dot embossed, and then just this really quick center with the sentiment stamped on that. And I'm going to show you how to make that today. It's really quick and simple. I have gone ahead just for the sake of time, and so I'm not boring you guys on video, of cutting the supplies, but this is a 5.5 by 8.5 card base, and then scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to use it going the 5.5 side. And then there is, I'm using the bows. I cut a 2-inch strip by 4 1/4. And then you need two different colors, half inch wide by 4 1/4 each. So you need 4 total, 2 of different colors. 2 of 2 different colors. And then the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to use the polka dotted embossing folder, and I'm just going to emboss the front of this card. So let me grab my Big Shot here for you so you can see what I'm doing. So the Big Shot, I just have my plate here already ready to sandwich it in, and I am just going to simply take the front of my cardstock and place it like just with the outside on the outside of the folder and then the inside. And then I've already got my one plate down. I'm gonna put the embossing folder with the cardstock in, and then my other plate, and then I'm just gonna crank the Big Shot through here. And I will crank it back through a second time just to make sure it gets a really good impression. And so I'm done with that. I'll take this out. We're going to use the machine here in a second, so I'll leave that close by. I'll put it down for the moment. And I'll show you, so when you emboss this, and again, hopefully the camera's picking this up, but you get this nice like polka dotted pattern in here. It just gives it some texture. So then I'm going to take my little pieces here. I'm going to start with this is lemon lime twist that I'm using, and I'm just going to run on the back of this 2-inch panel. I'm going to run a strip of snail adhesive, and then I am using my grid paper here. If you don't have that, you can eyeball it. I'm just using it because I do find it helpful, and I am just going to adhere this down, leaving 1/4 inch on each side. Now you have to be careful, since I put adhesive on this side. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't touch this side of the paper till I'm ready for it to, otherwise it'll stick. But again, I'm just placing this down and lining this up so that I get 1/4 inch of cardstock showing, and give that a good press. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this, on this cardstock we just placed, put some adhesive on the back of it, and lay, this is a pool party color that I'm using here, and lay that down, line it up so you get a 1/4 inch showing. That's about right. And then I will do the same thing here. And then we're done with that. Really quick and simple. I mean, you know, even if I had cut all the pieces while I had you guys on camera, it wouldn't take long to do this one. This is a really quick and simple card, but it turns out really cute, and you can never go wrong with a quick and simple one. So I'm laying the front of my piece flat just so I can see better, and I'm just eyeballing the center and placing this strip down, and that looks about right. So I'm just going to press that down now that I've got it. And then I'm going to grab this is a scrap piece of Whisper White that I had, and another product that we're using today, maybe I forgot to mention earlier, is the stitched framelits. I'm using the next to the largest circle, and again, this is the stitched shapes, and I'll have a list of all the supplies and products in the description below if you're interested in purchasing any of these. And I have been using this stamp today, so it's kind of stained a bit with the ink, but I'm using Berry Burst. You could use any color, but I just am choosing. And since I don't have a lot of this cardstock here, I'm just kind of eyeballing where this center is because I don't have much room to make a mistake on here. And if I made a mistake, I could always flip it over and use the back side, but I'm trying to avoid that in the moment. So again, this was the Berry Burst ink for the sentiment that I'm using. And I'm going to get my Big Shot out again, and this time I need the magnetic plate. So here's the magnetic plate, and then I have one of my folders here. I'm going to place the cardstock down, and I'm going to place the circle here. I'm just eyeballing it, kind of just where I want. Maybe it's kind of a little bit to the center there. And then I'm going to place my other plate on top of it, and then I'm going to crank it through the Big Shot. And sorry, the camera's shaking. Big Shot makes the table shake a little bit, so sorry about that. But so now we're done with the Big Shot, and I'll put that away. And then we have the two plates. So then you see what this looks like. The stitched framelits gives it this really nice stitched edge all the way around. I hope you can see that on camera. And for this one, I just want the sentiment to have a little bit more color here. So I'm just gonna stamp this in Pool Party. And I'm just gonna randomly stamp a few dots there and a few there. And then that's again in Pool Party. And then I'm gonna grab a baby wipe here and clean off my stamp. I'm just grabbing a baby wipe because it's the quickest. You could also use your Stampin' Scrub or just run it under water. These inks are water soluble. And so now I'm going to come back with the same stamp set, the same stamp image, and this is the Berry Burst ink, and I'm just going to lightly stamp the same design, just sort of right next to it. Just gives it a little more color. And then we're done with that one. And I already stamped earlier the envelope as well. There's the happy birthday sentiment, and again I use these little triangles again right here just to give some decoration to the envelope. And then all you do is take your dimensionals, and I place a few of these around. If you're mailing your card, you want to make sure that there is support sort of all the way around the card so that not one part of the card kind of dents in the mail. Hope that makes sense. Again, you don't have to cover every inch of the back of this, but you just want kind of all sides to have some support. And then you just peel these off. Some people, now I have some fingernails, so this is not hard for me. If you don't have fingernails or you have trouble, you can just kind of take your finger and push in the middle of the dimensional, and it kind of will bring one side up, and then it's easier to peel. So that's a little trick if you are having any trouble peeling the backing of the dimensionals off. And then you just place this in the center, and then you're done. You could add a little bow on here if you wanted to. You could put some rhinestones. You could embellish it even more if you wanted to. But just even as it is, it's a quick and simple card and really super cute. So if you have not subscribed to my Facebook page, you can find me at Inkredible Techniques. And I also have a YouTube channel, Inkredible Techniques, there as well. And you can also go to my website, InkredibleTechniques.com, which is right here, Inkredible Techniques. And my online store, you can order any of the products. There's also a wish list on my website. If you would like to print that off, you can write down all the items that you're wanting to purchase. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. And otherwise, you know, feel free to take this design and make it your own. Use different papers, use different stamp sets, and I'd love to see what images you create with this design. This card sketch type thing. So you guys have a great day, and let me know if I can do anything to help you. Please subscribe again to my Facebook page, to my YouTube channel. That way you won't miss any of the card tutorials or sales notices or anything great like that that I'll be offering you. And if there's any particular topics you want me to cover or techniques you want to learn, let me know, and I'll be happy to do videos for those as well. Have a great day. Bye.